I have been in Tatarasuna for some time now. You have shown me great hospitality, as has Mikoshi Nagamasa, and indeed, everyone else. Under your leadership, Tatarasuna is a warm, welcoming place, like a giant village. People are gainfully employed, their lives have purpose. They are motivated. As I understand, the Raiden Shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued Inazuma. As for Tatarasuna, it was originally established as a means of safely disposing crystal marrow. The forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished, giving rise to generations of swordsmiths. Some world-renowned, others unknown, all passing on their legacy. Skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this trade looks to find their purpose between steel and blade. That is why you accepted the proposal brought to you by myself and Akame.
Este es alguien de Fontaine.
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined forces. And he would be the first to admit that there's no way he could have revolutionized our forging process like this on his own. At least not on the same timescale. You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me, and now every piece of ore here is smelted using the new technique. Even now, you remain one of Tatarasuna's key consultants, working right here alongside us. I believe it is you, sir, who are truly responsible for the changes in our manufacturing and forging methods.
You flatter me.
Es
From the
chef.
outset, I saw much that was commendable in the forging industry of Inazuma, and it has been my great honor to befriend you all.
So you say, Escher. But is this really the truth?
My good sir, what do you mean?
O sea, no, una persona no ayuda tanto por
I
nada.
tried to resist thinking it was all connected, because I didn't want to speculate. And I didn't want to believe that things could turn out this way. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke? Mounting production problems? Worker fatigue and casualties are up and continuing to rise at an alarming rate. And recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. We've kept the truth from spreading outside, but still, I suspect you understand it better than I do.
Entonces fue este señor de Fontaine el que causó la situación de la fragua.
None of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an audience with Shogun. This is our last hope.
¿Es en serio que se fue Escaramucha a buscar a la Shogun?
But that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does.
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be so sincere. I'm sure you've been harboring these suspicions for quite some time.
Hello, de Saharu. Hello, Daketa. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo te encuentras?
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events. Namely you, Escher. But Mr. Mikoshi is more cautious than I.
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torachiyo, the yokai struck down by the Shogun's own hand. If he truly seeks to redeem his family's honor, an abundance of caution is well advised.
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way from Fontaine. Are you sure you're not a little overqualified?
¿Qué intenciones tendrá este señor?
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a diplomat? Sadly, I am so very attached to my craft.
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put an end to the problem. I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside. Probably to my death. But what about you? What are you still doing here?
Judging from the look in your eyes, you don't seem to trust me.
Es que tiene razón. A ver, diste este objeto. Este objeto está causando problemas, ¿sabes? Si te sintieras un poquito culpable de lo que está pasando, uno de dos, o te concentras en arreglar la situación o te vas de ahí, ¿sabes? Pero está ahí, no está haciendo nada. Eso significa que todavía está por investigar algo más.
I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left? Don't you have all your answers by now?
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment.
Exacto, momento idóneo. Ajá, traidor.
A moment like this, where you finish talking and I stop you from entering the furnace.
You...
¿Quién se le ocurre dar la espalda a alguien
You're
a
a
quien
little
no
smarter
confías?
than I initially gave you credit for. I thought I'd disguised myself exceptionally well, at least for the first few days. But to my surprise, you had your people look into my background right from the start. It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. Eventually, they managed to confirm that Escher was an alias, and that I was not from Fontaine at all. And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize my true identity, and what I seek in Tatarasuna.
Did you really think you would be able to see through my plan?
If you kill me, there's no one who can get inside the furnace. So you're really going to destroy this place? Is that it?
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself. You're not a puppet. You're a human. You're just missing a heart.
Escaramucha.
Whoever you're working for won't get away with this. They'll be found out. But this makes no sense. What are you really trying to accomplish by all this? Why go to all this trouble?
It's no trouble at all. Patience is a virtue which I have in abundance. This is all part of a carefully controlled experiment.
Es Dottore, la voz se parece muchísimo a Dottore.
If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a
Hijo de su
Fatui
reverenda.
harbinger. Call me the Doctor.
The Fatui? Who? What do you...
Just to create a minor inconvenience for your nation.
That's it? That's why you gave us your cursed technology? Just to let loose the evil energy from the crystal marrow?
Y fue cuando crearon los engaños.
Look how even the righteous soul
¿Verdad?
is filled with venom when faced with its demise. My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the outside world.
Oye, pero entonces ¿cuántos años tiene el Dottore?
I did not make it with you in mind.
Porque lo que
It is
pasó en
easier for a
Tataratsuna fue hace
person
mucho.
to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give in to your fury. I want to see what happens when a malevolent heart is placed into an unsuspecting puppet. Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being used by someone else instead. What other reason would a human have for befriending one who is not of our kind?
If you give him my heart, tell him that both Nagamasa and I see him as one of us.
Oh,
He has nothing to prove to anyone. Because not everyone just wants to use other people. The only ones who think like that.
Pero si el doctor le dio a Escaramucha el corazón de Niwa... ¿Escaramucha es Niwa?
What a beautiful way to see the world. It
O sea,
almost makes me
¿qué
feel a
función
little
le daba a
guilty.
Escaramucha el corazón? O al final no se lo dio.
Then out of respect for you, I shall redefine myself. Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own folly turning you into an easy target. You simply lost to something more powerful than you could ever hope to defeat. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become a human? No, that will prove quite impossible. Mr. Niwa? Already dead. What a pity.
Qué bastardo es el doctor, en serio.
Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. What
Pero
fun
aparte
it
el mastermind no es
was.
el doctor, la mastermind es Pierrot.
I'd like to
Estos
introduce
dos-
a puppet to you. If he proves useful, let's make him our newest comrade. And if not, let's turn him to dust.
Caramucha está viendo esto. ¿Cuál es su reacción? Exacto.
Hey, are you alright?
Dottore. Dottore!
Oh no, ya se puso loco. Y por eso dijo información de un...
Good. Good.
¿Qué?
Was that the doctor? Did he turn into a mechanic from Fontaine?
Él estuvo detrás del incidente de Tataratsume.
But why did we see things from his perspective?
Porque fue él el que levantó esta información al Irminsul.
When I touched the doctor to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments, I read this memory in his mind. You have to admit, it must be the truth.
Maybe so. But it means nothing.
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa didn't betray you. He never meant for you to be the one to take the device into the furnace. You know very well what that means. Even more so than I.
Así que aquella traición en realidad es una mentira que ha creído durante cientos de años. Formaba todo esto parte del experimento de Dottore. Eso parece, pero... cientos de años. ¿Cuántos años tiene Dottore y por qué sigue vivo? Si nunca fue traicionado, entonces está todo en su imaginación. ¿Qué pasa ahora con él?
Give him some space. He looks really mad. Paimon doesn't want to be anywhere near him right now.
Bien, esperemos a él.
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So, the doctor was behind it, but why has that gotten him so worked up?
Porque se siente mal usado. Usado bajo condiciones que él ni tenía idea que estaba haciendo. Porque, o sea, él está consciente de que todo el tiempo lo han estado usando, pero esos momentos en que lo han estado usando, él había dado su consentimiento de ser usado de esa manera. Y que los Fatui lo hayan usado de esa forma como herramienta, con bastantes engaños, eso es lo que lo está molestando.
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it difficult to understand. Perhaps he needed to learn this someday. So now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the Kabuki Mono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, the doctor showed up, disguised as a mechanic from Fontaine. And that's when the trouble began. It was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Everything he did was just to plant seeds of disaster in Inazuma that would bear fruit in the future. Of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment, the balladeer became the main test subject. After the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer. Then, he instructed him to enter the furnace and absorb all the filth caused by the smelting process. The load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace in sheer exhaustion and said to the mechanic, "This device seems to have protected me. What's in it?"
El corazón de Niwa.
The mechanic answered, "Niwa fled this place for fear of punishment, but he left you a gift. He said it's the one thing that you've been looking for. He took it straight from the chest of one of his innocent servants."
O sea, aparte, ¿sabes? Le metió más sal a la herida.
The mechanic removed the withered heart from the device as he spoke. The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing, but it has protected him from the filth. He thought Niwa had completely betrayed him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow, the balladeer threw the heart to the ground and left Tatarasuna without looking back.
Holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim? That's terrible.
¿Qué crueldad? ¿En serio crees que esa es la única crueldad que le encuentras al doctor? Experimentó con toda una ciudad, evitando a que despertaran, se quedaran en un ciclo sin fin, dentro de un mismo día. Y eso no lo dices crueldad, lo dices hasta ahorita con lo que hizo el doctor en ese pasado, que no es ni la mitad de lo que hizo en Sumeru el doctor. ¿Es en serio, Paimon? Él pensó que había sido traicionado y abandonado por su mejor amigo, y el resentimiento de aquellos recuerdos hizo que sintiera remordimiento. Fue por eso que decidió vengarse de las 5 escuelas de Raiden hace 100 años. La venganza nunca es la solución correcta.
Yes. Only if he understands this can he choose a new path forward.
Ese efecto de luz es muy bueno. Confirmo.
Totoro, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
Así es. ¿Estás bien? ¿Quieres que me vaya? Ok. Más tarde.
Shall we see how he's doing? Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Sí, con cara de malas pulgas.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend.
Solo queremos asegurarnos de que el acuerdo sigue en pie. Ay, no, esto está muy frío. Ni de mí, que me cae muy mal, que muy claramente me cae muy mal, haría eso. En serio. Tengo que sí cumplir con mi parte. Sí.
Hey, are you investigating the stuff we want to know about?
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Bueno, eso ya lo sabíamos.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Teyvat.
Fuera del continente, ahí atentos de que las palabras no las ponen así de jajas. Fuera del continente significa que no es un mundo en general. Hay varios otros continentes, entonces.
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Me lo esperaba, pero gracias de todas formas.
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a dead end, I guess I can share some other info that might interest you.
Huh? About what?
The reason why there are records about your brother in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria. Apparently, Conria was his first destination when he arrived in this world.
Eso no es información buena, nueva. Ya sabíamos de que tenía contacto con Caenria antes.
Plus, he only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens responded?
The jester told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your brother for a time.
Hechicero real de Caenria vivió un tiempo con tu hermano. El bufón, otro de los 11 de los Fatui. Oh. Ahí te va mi teoría entonces. Tomando en cuenta que el bufón es como la mente maestra entre varios movimientos de los Fatui, y ahora sabiendo de que el bufón es parte de Caenria, recordemos quiénes más son parte de Caenria. El Orden del Abismo. O sea, que nosotros lo que pensamos que los Fatui son malos, simplemente siguen las reglas de supuestamente su querida Arconte en Snezhnaya. Y en verdad, ¿qué tal si su querida Arconte ni siquiera está ahí? O está siendo controlada por el bufón. Y entonces Snezhnaya está siendo controlado por la Orden del Abismo sin que ellos se den cuenta. Uy. ¿Por qué?
I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe
Desconozco los
me.
detalles. ¿Es en serio?
All I can say is, I wouldn't lie to you about this. Did you get all that,
¿Qué cara está
Lesser Lord
haciendo
Kusanali?
una persona de Caenria colaborando con Arconte? Por supuesto que no está colaborando con Arconte.
Yes. Astonishing news.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul, but was it valuable?
Very valuable.
¿Por qué sonríes, my friend? Eso no me gusta.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now.
Huh? What have you done?
Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. Even if I use all of the divine power left in me, I can't sustain this shield for very long. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to answer a question for me.
Ah, caray, o sea, hizo ese escudito para que Nahida no escuche.
Give me your hand.
Ah, chihuahuas. No sé si eso se puede. En fin. Quinta vez que peleamos contra un ser que tenga poderes de Dios.
Can you hear my voice inside your head?
Ah, chihuahuas. O sea, sí. ¿Estás intentando invadir mi conciencia?
No, I can't do anything like that anymore. At most, all I can do is exchange a few words with you.
Y Paimon viéndolo como, ¿por qué me están excluyendo? También estoy dentro de este círculo, de este escudo. Merezco que me toquen la mano y que me leas mi mente, por favor.
So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past?
¿Es posible cambiar el pasado en este mundo? Ay, quiere revivir a Niwa. ¿Por qué me preguntas algo así?
Done.
Huh? What happened? Paimon only saw you hold hands for a second.
Se llama conexión al estilo Avatar.
Nothing. I was just thanking her for helping me.
Ay, ajá. Eso ni Paimon se lo cree. Esa expresión será porque me vio dudar. Solo fue porque yo sí recuerdo a la reina mayor Rukadevata. Oh no, al dudar, he dado la respuesta.
I suggest you get yourselves out of here quickly.
Where are you going? Hey, wait up! Didn't you say not to go running off?
Cara mucha detención.
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again. From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabukimono will cease to exist.
¿Quiere borrarse de la historia?
Those who died in Tatarasuna because of me deserve another chance at life.
Pero es que no fue por él. O sea, independientemente de lo que pase,
Hey,
no van a seguir viviendo.
Don't do anything stupid!
You know,
Lo que pasó,
I
pasó.
never did like insects. Hordes of the puny things swarming together can be a real nuisance. And I enjoy nothing more than to stamp them out like the pests they are.
Jeez.
But if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone. Luckily, everything can be set right. It's time to solve this once and for all.
Balladeer! Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared. Come on, we gotta find him somehow.
¿Cómo? Es un árbol de luz. Y desapareció dentro del árbol de luz. Pasamos por ahí. No está. No está.
Oh no, he's really gone.
Se materializó. Literal.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Nihida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer, what happened just now? I was suddenly cut off by some kind of power.
Que tu escaramucha no es tan buena mano derecha como digamos.
It was the
Eso es lo que
Balladier's
pasa.
fault. He shut you out.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated? Or did he achieve something beyond his abilities, and it took everything he had?
Where the heck did he go? Ugh, it's all our fault. We were supposed to keep an eye on him. So
Don't be.
Ay, upsi.
It's not your fault. Please, let me handle this from here, even though I'm not sure I can solve it. We're running out of time. Follow my lead and get out of Irminsul as soon as possible.
Ok, salir de ahí, Misul. Siguiente misión.